Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground, live it. Oh man, oh man. What a weird 4 days it has been. It has been a very weird 4 days. Family, do you see what you see on the screen? I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. This is craziness out here. Lightfoot lost, which is a great thing. Nigeria is still up in arms that Tinubu is their new leader. We got this idiot over here talking crap about black folk. Man, we got to talk about all this. Kiana G, good morning. We got to talk about all this. Mm-mm-mm. It's insane. No matter how much we talk and try to tell y'all, listen, just listen to us over here in New Black Media. We're not gonna steer you wrong. Lightfoot ain't with it. Oh, they didn't listen. You went and voted for her. Y'all were better off with Preckwinkle, the other lesbian. Y'all were better off with her. Nah, y'all wanted Lightfoot because she was saying all the right things, and we knew she was what you call it. She was a Trojan horse, and that Trojan horse does not have a job. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But of course we're going to start there because that's breaking news. Shout out to Afro Lee for staying on top of this and Your World with Harvey. I'm from Chicago. That's right. Chicago stand up. Y'all did a good thing today. Now y'all got two people you got to watch out for. I'm from Chicago. That's right, family. So we're going to start here. This is Lightfoot's concession speech. Let's listen to what she said. God, dog, we can't watch this early in the morning, but we're going to have to. Put on sunglasses if you got it. I don't care if you indoors. Let's hear what Lightfoot said. Lord.
Thank you. We were fierce competitors in these last few months, but I will be rooting and praying for our next mayor to deliver for the people of the city for years to come. Obviously, we didn't win the election today, but I stand here with my head held high and a heart full of gratitude. And regardless of tonight's outcome, we fought the right fights and we put this city on a better path. No doubt about it. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Don't tell that lie. Now, let's go back to what you said at the beginning.
We were fierce competitors.
Were you now? Hey, Lightfoot, don't tell that lie. Please don't. Please don't tell that lie. Lightfoot, fierce competitor? Uh-huh. Funny thing. Tabernacle. Where was the fierce competition? Where was it? Where is it? I need this ask for a friend. Where is this fierce competition, ma'am? We finna blow this up. We're gonna blow this up. Off my screen. Where is this fierce competition? This was at 2:35 in the morning. Where was this fierce competition? You only got the South and the West side, ma'am. That's all you got. Where is this fierce competition? I'm not seeing it. You did not get any of the swath of downtown. You didn't even get a little bit of a chunk from the Latino areas. You didn't get any from the Asian areas. Come on, Lightfoot, what we talking about here? You didn't even poll in the white areas. These black Democrats they're so devoid of reality. It's hilarious. Where was this competition? You weren't even close. You were projected to lose. How are you in the middle of an election season talking about you're going to put homeless people in abandoned schools in Chicago, yet you have black folks on the street? The crime didn't get any better. You have people still moving out to this day. Come on now. Where is this competition? Really need these people to stop lying. I'm looking at your Chicago municipal numbers for the population. Ma'am, it's there on the screen. You only had a 0.5% increase from last year. 0.27 from 2021. 0.14, 0.03. Let's just do 2018 to 2023. Do not move Chicago forward. Well, we'll just do your barely move Chicago forward. Your peak is right here. 8.897. Come on now. Let's tell the truth out here, ma'am. Let's tell the truth. But let's see what the reaction is from people. Let's see. We got this coon.
I'm sorry. So Beetlejuice is finally gone. She is no longer, Lori Lightfoot is no longer the mayor, will no longer be the mayor of Chicago. Oh my God, y'all.
I can't take that coon for more than 10 seconds. You still ain't gonna go there, so it is what it is. G said Lightfoot made her last mistake with allowing those migrants into our city. Meanwhile, the homeless rate of Chicagoans is sky high. And she paid for it. Let's see. Who else? Let's see what. Oh, they brought out McEnany. Let's see what Fox News said.
As I stood at the podium in the White House and I called out Chicago's crime because in the Trump White House, we cared about victims of crime. She responded and called me a Karen. So she had enough time to call out the White House press secretary as a Karen rather than focusing on crime in her city. So I loved your dance moves. That was fun to watch on TikTok, although they really weren't. They weren't good. But sorry, Karen here, you lost. As I stood at
We will cite you, and this is how it's going to be. We will shut you down. We will cite you. And if we need to, we will arrest you and we will take you to jail. Period. There should be nothing unambiguous about that. Don't make us treat you like a criminal But if you act like a criminal and you violate the law and you refuse to do what is necessary to save lives in the city in the middle of a pandemic, we will take you to jail, period. This is how it's going to be. We will shut you down.
Bye-bye. Ain't y'all gonna miss this up there in Chicago? Her dressed like, I don't know what she was, the Rona Destroyer. Y'all gonna miss that? Come on. Come on, bring back Lightfoot. I'm kidding. Bye-bye.
Term was less than stellar, I think, for most voters felt. But this is shaping up now. The runoff on April 4th is shaping up to be a sort of classic battle between progressives on the one hand and centrist and conservative forces in Chicago on the other. Paul Vallis is a former CEO, not only of the Chicago Public Schools, he was also, he had a stint as superintendent of the Philadelphia Public Schools, as well as in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. He's a big backer of charter schools, and obviously that is a major issue that the Chicago Teachers Union, from which Brandon Johnson emerges, is deeply opposed to. And he's also had significant backing from real estate and business leaders. And his main issue, really, or as some people say, his main three issues were crime, crime, and crime. He promised, he's promising more police officers on the streets. He touted in last night in his election night speech that not only is his wife a police officer, one of his sons is a police officer, another is a firefighter, and he clearly is seeking the more conservative votes, not only among centrist Democrats, but also among those who consider themselves Republicans in Chicago. And Brandon Johnson, on the other hand, was strongly backed by several key labor unions, not only his own local, the Chicago Teachers Union and the Working Families Party, but the American Federation of Teachers, the parent union of CTU, poured in lots of money as well, as did the Service Employees International Union, the healthcare division. So this is basically key labor unions were backing Brandon Johnson as well as progressives, and he was emphasizing that you fight crime as well by investing in communities and in alternatives for young people. So it's really shaping up to be a classic progressive versus conservative battle. The problem is that that Vallis did get 34% of the vote, and so Brandon Johnson is going to have to really be able to get backing from a lot of the others who lost, including Congressman Chuy Garcia, who came in fourth with 14%. What Lightfoot is going to do and her supporters are going to do is going to be critical. So it's going to be a tough race between now and April 4th to see which vision of urban governance wins out.
And do you see this as a message to the country and to Democrats? Because this is actually a battle within the Democratic Party, the police union versus the teachers union in Chicago.
Yes, well, I mean, it is because Chicago is such an important city in the nation, but we've been seeing this now play out in a lot of urban races where a wing of the Democratic Party finds itself to some degree more in sync with some views of some independents and conservatives around, once again, putting the emphasis on fighting crime rather than trying to deal with the conditions that give rise to crime and with the social safety nets of urban cities. So we're going to be seeing this play out over and over again, and Chicago could be a bellwether as to how this will develop in the future.
Well, we'll continue, of course, to follow.
He said it. Chicago's very important. That's why I've always said Chicago got to get on code. We can control Chicago. We can do a lot of damage in this country. But for 6 weeks, Chicago, you can say this. I'm from Chicago. She gone. Yes. She gone. That's right. She gone. All right, enough of Lightfoot. Let's move on, family. Let's move on. This is what we talking about today. Politics and diaspora. She gone. Apex Prowler, good morning. Now, Native foundational Black Americans get to tell Nigerians in America how their home government should be run. We're going to move on to that now because that is another big topic. Homeboy right here on the left, Mr. Tinubu. Aaron Westney, good morning. You see new. Pay attention to who they card in next. Well, they've got a black progressive and a white centrist. So we'll see how that goes. We got to talk about Mr. Tinubu. Oh, yes. They called the election last night, family. Yes, they did. They called the election in Nigeria. Nigeria is not happy because they wanted Peter Obi. They wanted Peter Obi because he's for the young people and they feel he is the future of Nigeria as a voice on the world stage. Well, they didn't get that result, and now they're crying foul. I wonder if they're going to pull a 1-6. I wonder if they're going to pull a 1-6. Tabernacle. Here we go.
To Nigeria now, where there is a new president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Electoral Commission declared the 70-year-old the winner with nearly 8.8 million votes. Let's go to CNN's Larry Madowo live for us in Lagos. And Larry, we understand there's growing outrage from both opposition parties over allegations of a rigged vote. What do they want?
A what? A what? A rigged vote? Doesn't that sound familiar? I ain't saying no more.
Right. Christine, they want a fresh election and the resignation of the chair of the Independent National Electoral Commission because they say what happened last Saturday was a rape of democracy, that the process was
Hey, watch that R word.
And the fact that the results that were registered across the nation were not immediately transmitted to a national collation center means that it was open to manipulation. But here's what's happening. Right now, life is back to normal in Nigeria and back to the regular inconveniences of living in this country, such as what you see here, a line around people queuing up for cash. This has been a problem for the last couple of weeks after Nigeria redesigned some Naira notes and demonetized older currencies. It led to a huge cash shortage, like this what you see here. And these are some of the things that people are trying to change in the country. They saw promise in a youngish man, Peter Obi, who galvanized a lot of young people to register to vote. He came in third. The winner of the election is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is from the ruling party, and he reached out to his contestants. Listen.
I take this opportunity also again to appeal to my fellow contestants to let us team up together. It is the only nation we have.
The three major opposition parties in Nigeria have rejected that outcome. We're expecting a joint press conference by the two, Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party. And here's the thing, Christine, why this is interesting. Bola Tinubu was elected with only 9% of the registered eligible voters in this country. And when you compare it to the country as a whole, 213 million people, he was elected by only 4% of Nigerians. So it will be a difficult mandate for him to convince the whole country that he's the man to lead them. And we should hear what happens in the next few days and few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Right. Like I said, family, they not happy about this. Them young people pissed. They are so upset. Here you go. He about to talk. They said there's corruption. Look at this. They're giving them money. They're giving them money and a drink.
You will vote as card. You will vote as card. Oh, yeah, well.
Look at this. Even the young kids. Y'all seeing this, right? Unbelievable. They can't say nothing to us. For Washington, Peter Obi is the favorite candidate for the presidential election in Nigeria. Now he lost. Every U.S., UK mainstream media has fawned over, and the Economist editorial even endorsed him. What are you talking about?
That's something very shocking. This is INEC result portal for this presidential. This is Abekiti.
What's up?
I decided to
What's up, Tori?
To come
Oh,
and
Apex,
see
we're going to
for
get to that.
myself.
There was violence.
It will fear you what you will discover. So now we are in Adekiti. You see, you come down to go down to what? Yes. Do you see? Just go. You see. In front of Isa family house or whatever. Now click it. See, click it. My people, this is the result. This is the result. The result uploaded.
Sorry.
Click it. See, click it. My people, this is the result. This is the result. The result uploaded. Who are you result? What are you doing here? Hey, this is the result. Just go back. Let it not be that we are lying. Go back. You see now. Now, easy. You see. Just try this thing. You see where I went to? It's now to check the result. You see?
So he sat up there and was laughing. All right, say less. But yes, there was violence. I'm gonna see how much I can get away with. Yes, there was violence. This is via Amnesty International.
Going on here at the LGA Collection Center.
Now this was 40 minutes ago.
Serious fight.
He's one of them.
Violence in 5 states. Right. They can't talk to us. Look, here you go. Now, the APC that Tinubu represents, would y'all like to know their economic and social stances? It's quite interesting. So here's their political ideology tabernacle. Economic issues. The APC is generally considered to be a party that favors controlled market economic policies, which are an idealized system when the government or other organizations oversee the market, controls the forces of supply and demand, and to some extent regulate the market actions. That's most economies in the world. And a strong and active role for government regulation. A substantial number of its political leaders are followers of or politicians who subscribe to the social democratic political philosophy of Obafemi Awolowo and the socialist and anti-class views of Aminu Kano. Socialist and anti-class, but y'all prop up Asians, but we're not gonna go there. Moreover, the majority of the APC's base of political support is in southwestern Nigeria and northern Nigeria, which are dominated by the Yoruba and Hausa Fulani, respectively. In December 2014, the APC was admitted as a consultative member of Socialist International. Uh-huh. The APC, supports states' rights, advancing state police as part of its manifesto. Did y'all hear what I just said? We're going to read it again. The APC support states' rights, advancing state police as part of its manifesto. Its social policy is a combination of social nationalism. Despite the party's domination by pro-devolution politicians like Atiku Abubakar prior to his leaving the party, Bola Tinubu, who won the election, and Chief BC Akandi, the party's presidential bearer and its CPC wing, is less inclined to federalism, which is a combined and compound mode of government that combines a general government with regional governments in a single political system, dividing the powers between the two, which is what we got here. On November 1st, 2017, Aliyu Ibrahim Panda became the first candidate under the party to declare his intention to seek the office of the president of Nigeria in the 2019 elections. There it is. So they're going to have a socialist government. Have fun with that. Have fun with that. But they weren't done. They weren't done. Let's hear from Obi and them. Because the young people love them some Obi. Reads like same on the continent. Yes, sir. Let's see. Let's go share this screen. Tabernacle. So they're going to say why they wanted Peter Obi. Now, again, he galvanized the young vote. Who does that sound like? That's right, Stacey Abrams. And they loved him. So we'll see what they said.
Hello, fellow citizens. Hello, fellow Obi.
Now, this is Aisha Yesufu.
Fellow Peter Obi supporters. We did it. Yes, we did it. And I want to tell you something. We did not support Peter Obi because it was going to be an easy ride. We supported Peter Obi because we know we can do it. We know we have the capacity to get it done, whatever they throw at us. And I will tell you something. This election, we did amazing. We won. We won the election. But yet, there are people who want to steal the mandate. They can't steal our mandate. And you know, let me tell you something. Did you notice something? That even though they have so-called been declared winner, the joy is not there because they know they stole and they stole badly. They stole and they left a lot of evidence. They stole and they didn't do it with finesse. So all the evidences are out there. And so don't be worried. Don't get depressed. Don't get this. No. The most important thing we were supposed to do that people said was impossible was for people to key into the dream. And a lot of Nigerians did that. Some people who have never voted in their 60s came out and they voted for Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. Young people who have never bothered to get their PVCs, who have never focused on the electoral process, they came out, they focused, they voted, they defended their votes, and they ensured their vote went. Yes, INEC did its thing, right? But you know what? They forgot that there's something. There's a server out there that shows every of those units. And so, who will get our mandate back? Do not be disappointed. Do not despair. Do not be angry. What we will do is to focus. They say focus, they say is follow one course until successful. And so what we are going to do is follow this course that we are on. March 11th, remember, there's going to be gubernatorial election and also House of Assembly election. We are going to focus on that also. We are going to ensure that we win also. This one, we know where we are going to. We're going to get our mandate back. What must never happen is for you to be disappointed and stay at home and not come out, and then they can just get a win without them trying to rig. No.
Uh-huh. Now that's OB in all black. You're probably asking yourself, all right, this smells like Obama. Might be right. But we're going to do this. We're going to look up his platform. We're going to see what he's about. And what we're going to do is we're going to use their own words against them. Jesse Paris, hello. Tabernacle. We're on legit.ng. Says Nigeria 2023 election, reasons why Peter Obi lost presidential poll. There's no denying that Peter Obi of the Labour Party gave his major rivals in the battle for the presidential seat a very hard, especially president. Damn, they can't write. A very hard time, whatever. Coming into the race for the presidency on the platform of an emergent party, the Labour Party, winning 12 states and gaining the constitutionally required 25% of the total votes cast in 2/3 of all the states, including the federal capital territory, Obi truly deserves applause. Who does that sound like, family? They didn't win, but they made significant gains. I'm going to let y'all legislate that in the chat. In fact, one can conclude that the former Anambra governor lost his bid to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari by the whiskers. But concentrating on some factors responsible for Obi's defeat, legit.ng has compiled a number of them that is worthy of note. Alleged poor alliance with Northern Region. Before the presidential election conducted by the INEC, or Independent National Electoral Commission, on Saturday, February 25th, there was a strong disaffection among the leading members of the LP in the North. Dissension in the ranks. Doesn't that sound like what goes on over here? Yes, that's right. Old Stacy. Anytime somebody black loses, oh, we made significant gains. No, you didn't win. We don't give out participation trophies around here. In specific terms, chairmen of the party across states in the region have been claiming that they are being marginalized by the LP at the national level. Kind of sounds like MAGA Republicans. A case in point was when the chairman of the party in Gombe, Al-Sani Abdul Salam, on Wednesday, February 22nd, claimed that when it comes to funds distribution for preparation ahead of the 2023 general elections, he and his colleagues are nowhere. Threatening then that Obi may lose the election if the needful was not done in time, Abdul Salam alleged, quote, as of tonight, no alert has been received by any state chairman, and information reaching us confirmed that money was paid based on ethnic and religious consideration because only persons of a particular ethnic group currently run the campaign of Mr. Peter Obi in cohort with the national chairman, Mr. Julius Abure, has polluted the party. Persons of a particular ethnic group. Drake Miller, good morning. This election has some serious issue. Rigged election. Of course. Unpopularity of Labour Party. Given the LP is still learning how to play Nigeria's version of politics in terms of calculation, consultation with all key stakeholders, strategizing and execution of effective plans before the poll. Quite akin to this is the popular opinion that Obi's party has no structure, a claim that he arguably overlooked. Once again, calculation, consultation with all key stakeholders, strategizing, and execution of effective plans before the poll. So all these Biden sexuals that ran outside and said, hey, we're going to get all these progressive candidates in. We're going to get all these black female candidates in, all these black male candidates in that we control. Yeah, we're just going to yell, scream on social media saying that y'all need to vote for him. If you don't vote for him, y'all going to let racist white people run the country and they're going to put y'all back in chains. Ain't that what Biden said in 2020? Yes, he did. Unfortunately, they forgot about the new black media. Number one, we calculated their chances of winning. We've done that several times on multiple channels. We broke down the numbers. We told them, you want to win, you got to come talk to us. You got to talk to the people. You not talk at the people. They didn't want to listen. Okay. Consultation with all key stakeholders. Again, didn't come to new black media. We're a key stakeholder in this. A lot of us have families. A lot of us have interests out here that we need to protect. And we told y'all, get over here, talk to us, convince us to tell our people to go vote for you. Very few of y'all did that. Hell, we shouldn't have to go see you. You should be coming to us. But okay, you think you better. You want those big Fox News and CNN and MSNBC looks. Yeah. I hope watching Stacey lose and the simple fact that they did not put her on the national stage as much as they should have, that should tell y'all how powerful we are. Even though y'all want to keep us hidden. Strategizing, enough said. They don't know how to strategize. And execution of effective plans. Yeah, Lori Lightfoot, when you tried to execute that homelessness move in Chicago, how did that get received? Exactly. Even black folks that don't even live in Chicago were looking at you crazy. You did that in an election year, ma'am. Hell, you did it weeks before the election. Did you really think that posting up refugees, let's just call them what they are, we're not calling them migrants, you posting up refugees in abandoned Chicago schools was really going to get you reelected? Well, we saw how that worked. You lost. Back to this. Aborted alliance with Kwankwaso, whatever. Sorry if I messed up the name. One of the takeaways from the just concluded election is that the candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, or NNPP, Rabiu Kwankwaso, whether unknowingly or as a strategy, claimed most of the votes that would have gone to Obi or the People's Democratic Party. Sounds like a Bernie Sanders move was pulled over there. You got it. Some opine that this was Kwankwaso's way to get back at candidates who failed to form an alliance with him. Whatever the case, Obi would probably have gone farther than he did if merger talks with the former Kano governor had worked. Unpopularity of running mate. Although a northern Muslim who balances the religious and ethnic equation for the party, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, Obi's running mate, has been described as unpopular and seemingly incapable of pulling weight for him in the north. Who that sound like? Let's just tell the truth, family. Kamami did not help Joe Biden win that election. Let's just tell the truth. I know they like to prop up the Divine Nine and all these black chicks out there who put on the chucks and pearls. She didn't help that man win the election. Let's just tell the truth. Biden won because there were a lot of pissed off people at Trump. That's why he won. It might have been the same result if Biden would have had somebody else as his running mate. And you guys are seeing the results of that right now. She is so ineffectual, they want to kick her out. They're not even entertaining the fact that she should run in 2024. So there you go. Alleged arrogance of Obi supporters. Here we go. Now, here we go. Strap in. Let's have, you know what? I got to put on music for this one. This is going to be funny. I can't wait to read this. Now, this website is about to go after his supporters. Now, his supporters, again, are the young people. They love that. Let's see what they said. Alleged arrogance of Obi's supporters. In their zeal to demonstrate full support for Obi, his supporter obedience. That's what they call them. Just like we call Biden voters Biden sexuals. They call them the obedience. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. They call them the obedience. Get some. When they saw them results, oh, they was pissed. All right, back to that. In their zeal to demonstrate full support for Obi, his supporter obedience were accused of being arrogant, especially online. Family, take a screenshot of that and send that to them Niger people when they be talking stuff about FBA. Please go send that to them. Please. I'm not giving y'all permission. I'm giving y'all a suggestion. Go play that for them. Please. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a screenshot of my damn self. That's hilarious. Arrogant, especially online. By the way, this is y'all's website. I didn't use CNN. I didn't use MSNBC. I didn't use Fox. I didn't use media. I didn't use The Guardian, The Daily Beast, The Daily Mail, Reuters, Al Jazeera. I didn't use none of that. I used y'all's website. They're calling y'all arrogant. God, I wish I had my camera on for this because I'm dancing in this chair. So even Nigerian newspapers know how arrogant the Nigerian people can be. Whether true or not, the accusation to an extent demarketed the very party Obi supporters were trying to sell to Nigerians. Who wrote this? Onirioa Nnamdi. He called obedience arrogant. They said y'all are arrogant. There you go. So you don't have any more. Y'all lost. Y'all lost. Now you're talking about reclaiming y'all's mandate for. And y'all love saying that this man is y'all's president. That's the other thing. Y'all love saying this man is your president. But then when y'all be laughing at people and they're like, you know what? I'd rather have Trump back. Y'all be getting at him. Uh-huh.
Since I started politics, go and check. I left PDP then. I joined up. I contested the election, won the election. Somebody else was declared. For 3 years, no Nigerian had ever done it. I was in court. There was every intention, negotiation for me to drop my case. And I said, if I lose, I'll go home. I don't want any compromise. I was in court for 3 years and I won. When I was being impeached, go and ask them, the House members, we reached several agreements and I said, I'm not part of it. I went for the impeachment, came back as the first person to come back from impeachment. I was removed 1 year after. I never conducted the election. I went to court.
There you go. All right, let's get off the continent because they got their problems over there. Before I get up out of here, we got to talk about this one, family. We got to talk about that sucker on the right, Stephen Reed, down there in Montgomery, Alabama, home of the bus boycott. He went and got caught saying some things that he shouldn't have said, but, you know, they're not going to backtrack when they get caught. Hell, even his people will come outside and say that it was a lie. Let's go to it. Tabernacle. Caught on tape, Montgomery Mayor Reed in apparent profanity-filled rants on black vote, other issues. Quote, I don't blank have to damn get the black vote. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. And they voted for him. They voted for him. Say less. All right. Recently published audio recordings allegedly capturing Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed in a series of profanity-laced tirades downplaying his need for the black vote, bashing in-state economic investment in Montgomery, and much more. Kind of sounds like Nuri Martinez in them, right? The audio posted on a newly created YouTube channel appears to be heavily edited. However, the audio allegedly shows Reed swearing and discussing his perceived lack of need for the black vote, among other things. 1819 News reached out to Reed's office for comment. His communications director said he was not immediately aware of the audio's existence and did not offer any further communication after being made aware as of press time. Now, this came out on the 20th of February. Today's the 1st of March, so that's 9 days. Let's hear his first one. Now, this is the one that got circulated on social media.
I can come smile. I don't have to do no goddamn work. Okay? I don't have to do no work systemically.
D-Shep,
be fine. And guess what?
B1. Have I missed a segment on Lori Lightfoot? Yes, it was at the beginning.
45% of the white vote. If I get 30 to 45% of the white vote, I don't fucking have to damn get the white vote I got this past election. I'm fucking winning. You got a black city, that's great. You can have all black everything. And guess what? You won't have green nothing. The white money thinks that you are looking after their shit. They will take their shit to Prattville. They will take their shit to Pike Road, and you won't have shit.
He just cussing up a storm, man. He family. He just cussing up a storm. All right. Let's go to the second. Another leaked audio clip obtained by 1819 News shows Reed cursing and discussing the city's relationship with Maxwell Air Force Base and the Gunter Annex, seemingly expressing a desire to use the state's reliance on the bases to garner some benefit for himself or the city.
I'm not going to have a single fucking conversation with the governor or listen to the governor about Maxwell Gunter. I don't know nobody who was a Maxwell Gunter, except for people I have to meet as a mayor. I don't know nobody there. So if that shit is so important to y'all, y'all better do some shit that's important to me.
Let's hear that again, because that was kind of, it wasn't as clear. Let's hear it again.
I'm not going to have a single fucking conversation with the governor or listen to the governor about maxing government. I don't know nobody who wants to max the government, except for the people I have to meet as a mayor. I don't know nobody there. So if that shit is so important to y'all, then y'all better do some shit that's important to me.
Mm. 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 Third portion of the audio, also obtained by 1819 News, contains Reed discussing inquiries he receives from out-of-state entities seeking investment in Montgomery. Reed sarcastically asks if descendants of Confederate soldiers are inclined to invest in Montgomery's success. He later states that those same descendants gave, quote, charity to an all-male private school, which Reed sits as a board member.
So what I'm gonna tell Karen when I meet with him, don't ever fucking tell me that I'm on fucking TV. Every time I'm on fucking TV, I get somebody from New York or LA calling about how can they invest in goddamn Montgomery. You think motherfuckers around here gonna invest in Montgomery? You think I expect the descendants of Confederate soldiers to fucking invest in Montgomery? Beyond what's good for them. Well, they give you some charity, they give you some charity. Okay. They do that, it's nice, okay. They do some little nice over here, Diet Cross, I'm on the board. Right. But now, are they gonna really invest in systemic change? Hell fucking no, they're not gonna invest in it. So don't ever mix up what I'm doing there. There is a you haven't seen a scientist as diabolical as me, because no one has come into this with what I have. I got 45 years of being my dad's son who was sitting in 19.
So there you go. Y'all want to listen to it for yourselves? Post that up. There's the link. Apex Prowler said, quid pro quo sounds like to me he wants something to play along as politics. And thank you for the $10 super chat. I mean, that's the name of the game. But it's cool when Biden does it, but you know. Well, you think this was the end of the saga, right, family? Oh, no. Now, remember, I read at the beginning of that article, he didn't know about the existence of the tapes. Well, a day later, he figured it out. Tabernacle. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed said he will seek investigation of alleged extortion attempt. Now he's claiming he's being extorted. Say less. Let's see. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed said he will seek an investigation of what he said was an attempt to extort him by the head of a nonprofit organization who Reed says secretly recorded him almost 3 years ago and tried to obtain $30,000 from the city with edited, profanity-laced audio clips of the mayor. But you just say you don't remember saying this. You literally said in that article, I don't remember saying that stuff. Uh-huh. Okay. Reed said there were previously initial talks with the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office about an investigation into the demands for money. Reed said that the city decided not to press for an investigation then, but will do so now after the release of the audio clips, which were published by news outlets this week. Quote, we did not move forward, Reed said, but we were wrong to do that in hindsight, and so we will take those next steps now. The man Reed accuses of extortion, Charles Lee, founder of the nonprofit That's My Child, said he did not record or leak the recording. Lee said he was at the meeting where Reed made the comments heard in the recordings to a group of political activists following the death of George Floyd in the summer of 2020. The edited audio clips make Reed sound dismissive of his need for support of black voters, apathetic about the city's relationship with Maxwell Air Force Base, and cynical about whether white people in Montgomery will substantially invest in the city's future, among other things. Reed said the message the clips purport to convey is at odds with his approach to his job as mayor and his views of the city's residents. Quote, I am the mayor of every citizen of this community, Reed said during a news conference today at City Hall. I respect their concerns and dreams, and I know I need to earn their trust as well as their votes. The mayor called on the media to be skeptical and careful about how it characterizes an edited, secretly made recording. Reed noted that his voice is the only one heard on the recordings and that his comments lack context. Quote, "You take something that has been remixed and hijacked and you purport it to be authentic," Reed said. "That's not only dangerous for me as a mayor. That's dangerous for any elected official, any public official, and anyone else who's in a private conversation with someone who may have ulterior motives." Interesting. That's politics, though. Got to make your opponent look bad. But let's read that again. "You take something that has been remixed and hijacked and you purport it to be authentic," Reed said. "That's not only dangerous for me as mayor, that's dangerous for any elected official, any public official, and anyone else who's in a private conversation with someone who may have ulterior motives." Okay. Reed said the meeting with Lee took place June 1st, 2020, as part of meetings with Montgomery leaders in an effort to avoid violence in Montgomery in the aftermath of the police killing of George Floyd in Minnesota, which caused protests across the nation, some of which turned violent. Reed said he sought out meetings with community leaders to help maintain the peace. Quote, "To say that the level of tension was high was an understatement." Reed said he met with Lee at the office of the Alabama Democratic Conference in Montgomery. The ADC is a black political organization led for decades by Reed's father, Joe Reed. Reed said the conversation with Lee veered away from the topic of maintaining peace in the city to what he said was Lee's request for $30,000 for his organization. Quote, "During the course of that meeting, it became very, very clear to me that Mr. Lee did not come here as a helper to calm the community," Reed said. "He came out of the interest of personal gain. He came to shake me down. He came to extort the mayor of the city." Reed said Lee made threats about working to hurt Reed's support in the black community and threatened to help stir up destructive protests. Reed said he became angry that someone would take advantage of a crisis. He said he regretted the profanity heard in the clips. So you maintain that it was edited, but you're cool with you cursing. Hey, we're McCullough. Good morning. I guess he doesn't remember the sound of his own voice. Guess not. Kind of like how Nuri Martinez said she didn't say that stuff when they played the audio clips. Him and De Leon and the other and Herrera. She didn't remember saying that. But confronted with it, wouldn't step down until public pressure got to her. Yeah. "You hear me frustrated, you hear me angry, and you hear a level of tension in my voice," the mayor said. Reed said he should have walked out of the meeting with Lee when the subject of money came up, but did not want to walk out of a meeting with someone he considered a community leader. Reed said that a third person who came to Lee was present for part of the meeting. He said no one else was there. So we'd like to hear from this third person. Later that day, June 1st, 2020, Reed spoke to a large crowd outside E.D. Nixon Elementary School and urged that protests in the city remain peaceful. Others spoke at the event, including Lee. That evening, a protest on Dexter Avenue near the state capitol drew a large crowd, but it did not result in violence or arrests. Reed said he considered seeking legal action against Lee after the meeting, but decided against it. "I decided not to prosecute at that time because I believed that after talking to community leaders and civic leaders, that it was the right thing to do," Reed said. "I was wrong. We should have prosecuted then, and we should have called into question what Mr. Lee's motivations are." Reed said he later became aware of the audio recording, which he said has been shopped around for the last couple of years. Wait a minute. See, this is why you don't trust politicians farther than you can throw them. Family, I'm going to stop this screen for a second. I'm going to play this screen again. How does he tell this lie? What does this say, family? 1819 News reached out to Reed's office for comment. His communications director said he was not immediately aware of the audio's existence and did not offer any further communication after being made aware as of press time. That was on the 20th. Fam, I literally just read the follow-up article on Alabama.com where it says Reed said he later became aware of the audio recording, which he said has been shopped around for the last couple of years. Reed said that the intent is to press for an investigation now. So you said a day before to 1819 News on behalf, your communications director on your behalf said you were not immediately aware of the audio's existence and did not offer any further communication after being made aware as of press time. Yet the next day with Alabama.com, you said you later became aware of the audio recording, which he said has been shopped around for the last couple of years. So you knew it was out there, sir. Apex Prowler said, of course, Mr. Reed leaked the audio because he didn't get what he wanted. I'm not going along with Mr. Reed trying to extort him. You mean Mr. Lee? Sir, how do you tell that lie? So a day before, you didn't know about it. And then the next day, because it's Alabama.com, now you know it's been shopped around for years. Vote this man out. That's how we gonna run this. Because it's clear there's something cognitively wrong with you. If you say one thing one day and then the next day you say something completely different and lie about it. Vote him out. He got to go. Let's finish the article. We're going to protect the integrity of the mayor's office at all times. We're going to protect the integrity of the city government at all times. You need to go. Alabama.com reached out to the office of Montgomery County District Attorney Darrell Bailey to ask if there was an investigation into Reed's allegations, but has not received a response. Asked if he would like to have the full unedited audio of the meeting with Lee released, Reed said he, quote, absolutely. Said, quote, absolutely. So we got another lying black politician. All right. But I'm going to go back up because he says something else that I need to address. Where is it? You take something that's been remixed and hijacked and you purport it to be authentic. That's not only dangerous for me as a mayor, that's dangerous for any elected official, any public official, and anyone else who's in a private conversation with someone who may have ulterior motives. Sir. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I wish y'all would not say stupid things like this. Real talk. Really wish y'all wouldn't say stupid things like this. As an elected official, sir, why would you say this? Tabernacle. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed under fire for tweet about Trump trash. Now, again, you can feel how you want to feel about Trump. I could care less. But what we not going to do is play hypocrisy games. We don't play rules for thee, not for me. We're not playing that. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed is drawing criticism for a comment he made during the inauguration of President Joe Biden. In a series of tweets about the inauguration, Reed posted a video showing President Biden and his wife, Dr. Jill Biden. Above the video, he added a comment, I prefer to focus on the class that's coming in rather than the trash that just went out. He added the hashtag Inauguration Day. The tweet came just hours after President Trump left the White House without attending the Biden inauguration. The comment drew comments on social media. Prayerful that you can see your error in this statement. I'm happy to see him go too, but let's rise above and look forward to healing, one commenter said. How's that working out 2 years later? This tweet is not representative of the class of the good people in your city. We're trying hard to be better and teach our kids to be better than this. Don't stoop to this level, please. Another added. Mayor, you certainly have the right to feel any sort of way, and you have the freedom to express those feelings in this medium. But, sir, this is not a good look for an elected official. I support you, but this was a misstep, a commenter said. How embarrassing this is from a leader. Isn't this what we are preaching against? It's all over social media. So proud, another said. So you have 3, but then you only have 1 positive. It says some, however, agree with the mayor's point in comments. Some. You have 1. All right. So we got this scumbag over here who doesn't remember what he said in 24 hours. Lightfoot gone. And Nigeria is in tatters because the person they wanted as president is not there. Well, before we go, let's eulogize old Lightfoot before we go. Shout out to Afro Lee. He got 113,000 views on his tweet. Shout out to him. Tabernacle. We're going to use Fox News before we get up out of here. I know y'all are groaning. I get it. But I want to see if they're really celebrating Lightfoot's ousting mayoral race. But I want to see who they going to ask. Because we know how Fox News is. I want to see who they going to ask. Let's play the video. Fair use.
DiGiacomo is a Chicago resident. Sam Sanchez, a Chicago business owner and chairman of the Illinois Restaurant Association. DiGiacomo is a Chicago resident. Sam Sanchez, a Chicago business owner and chairman of the.
So already we got maybe a Spanish person and a white man. It's already bad. All right.
DiGiacomo is a Chicago resident. Sam Sanchez, a Chicago business owner and chairman of the Illinois Restaurant Association. They both join me now. Diana, your reaction to the results.
Why does old girl look like Kathy Bates?
Good morning, Todd. I'm not surprised, but I couldn't be more happy.
I ain't gonna hold you. You know who she looked like? Y'all remember the Goonies? She looked like the old woman from the Goonies.
To have somebody in there that actually takes it seriously. We have 2 very different approaches now of the 2 guys that are having the runoff. One is very much police protection and support the police, and the other one is more of a defund the police and self rule. So we'll see how it turns out. But I'm glad the city spoke out and said no more Larry Lightfoot.
Yeah, Sam, to follow up on Diana's breakdown of the remaining 2 candidates in the race, you aren't out of the woods with regard to Brandon Johnson.
That's who she looked like, fam.
Off against Paul Vallis. And as you well know, he is extremely far left, defund the police. So my concern and my question to you, Sam, if he is elected, would it basically be Lightfoot's second term?
I mean, we're pushing towards Ballas. Ballas has a lot of experience, come from an old administration of Mayor Daley's, which he's surrounded himself with a lot of experience.
Okay, so I was wrong. She's white and he's Spanish. I was wrong.
Johnson, yes, his narrative has always been the defunding the police. We're concerned, unfortunately, that either one who becomes mayor have no control over the justice system in the Cook County. And Cook County is probably the worst run county in the state of Illinois. The prosecutor and the judges have to be replaced also in the next election.
Okay, so to follow up, Sam, if Vallis wins, are you 100% confident that Chicago will become safer?
If Vallis wins, he's headed in the right direction. He's surrounded himself with very smart people who've been in government previously. With old Mayor Daley, we know that the city was doing great, and we're looking forward to work with him.
Okay. Diana, this was an annihilation.
They mentioned Daley. Chicago, make sure you keep an eye on that.
Simply put, 83% of the voters said we do not want Lori Lightfoot. When you add up the totals and see where she landed there, not a lot of support there. Is this a mandate against woke mayors like Lori Lightfoot and the harm that they are causing blue cities like Chicago?
I believe that it is. I believe that people have just had enough. And my message has been go out and change. Regime change is the only way we're going to fix this. And I think this was a loud and clear message that this woke agenda is not working for Chicago.
A recent poll shows that 61% of Chicago residents disapproved of Lori Lightfoot's performance as mayor. Diana, do you know one single person that voted for Lightfoot? And if so, what was their reasoning?
First off, y'all should have voted for Preckwinkle. That's what y'all should have done. But y'all didn't want to do that. Y'all wanted Lightfoot for some god-awful reason. We don't know. But y'all dealt with it for 4 years. You got her out. It's a little of a win. So have fun.
Actually, I do not know a single person who voted for Lightfoot, especially after I got mugged in January or December in one of the nicest neighborhoods of the city. And people were looking at this happening at 11 o'clock in the morning, and they're going, yeah, something has to change.
Same question to you, Sam. Do you know one single person in this election, last night's election, that voted for Lori Lightfoot? And if so, why?
I do not one, but a lot of people that voted for Lightfoot. She had an agenda on saving the Southwest area, bringing up with cultural centers and schools and educational programs. So I can understand that sense is going and taking care of these areas that have been ignored for a long time.
Okay, now you are obviously a conduit to the business community. Will businesses come back to Chicago, allowing you to get the tax dollar base and allowing you to run the programs involving, I don't know, police officers, making the residents of Chicago feel safe? Final word to you, Sam.
Y'all heard him say it. We're going to play it again. Y'all heard him say it.
Yeah, I mean,
involving, I don't know, tax dollar base and allowing you.
Okay.
Okay, now you are obviously a conduit to the business community. Will businesses come back to Chicago, allowing you to get the tax dollar base and allowing you to run the programs involving, I don't know, police officers, making the residents of Chicago feel safe? Final word to you, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, definitely we're looking for business to come back. I mean, the city is starting to, the crime is reduced from what it was a year ago. There is new investment. We've seen about 400 new companies that come into the city. 1,800 new food vendor licenses were applied last summer. So we're heading in the right direction. I mean, it's a whole, like I said before. I mean, it's the idea of coming to a city and being afraid should not be the reason you don't come in. I mean, we definitely have to address the prosecution and the accountability of the crime.
Chicago, a once great city, like so many cities in our great country. Hopefully it will be again, because it really is an awesome place. Diana and Sam, best of luck. Congrats on your new change in the mayoral.
So there you go. There you go. All right. Again, Chicago, you can, for a day, say this. I'm from Chicago! And you can go outside on y'all's magnificent mile. Or no, y'all call it the Millennium Mile. Y'all can do this. Yeah, y'all can get that done. Nigeria, Bezillo, good morning. Nigeria, Sorry what's happening to y'all.
If you're not careful, I'll give you a look at.
That's how y'all gonna have to deal with it for 4 years. I mean, we got our little problems over here, you know, according to y'all, we get gunned down in the street by white people and we colonized. You know, I guess we could take that compared to what y'all be doing up over there. I mean, you can, I guess. I think we take that instead of the rampant violence and the corruption over there in Nigeria. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm Jamaican, so I ain't gotta. I know y'all hate FBA, but you know I'm Jamaican. You know when y'all kept running around talking about how you are the optimal blacks and you know everybody wants us to succeed, and Hollywood's propping y'all up for failure because of course y'all don't want to listen to me when I tell you that they setting y'all up to be the degenerates of the world. The white media got all their ducks in a row and they just sat there and embarrassed y'all on the world stage showing the violence going on over there, and y'all can't even get somebody picked as y'all's president. I mean, me as a Jamaican, I'm just gonna do this here.
Run to you niggas. Run.
I'm just saying that's all I can do. I know y'all feel salty. Also salty because I did this.
Run to you niggas. Run.
I just got a text message from somebody. One of them Nigers. All right. What did he say?
If you're not careful, I'll give you a look at.
There it is. I mean, you give me the look hard all you want. I can go outside and be confident that, you know what, even though my leadership ain't what I want, I can still move out here and not be on a level 3 travel advisory. I mean, I take that. I can be confident in knowing that the European Union ain't talking about invalidating an election for the people. I mean, I can have confidence in that. But y'all got it. And Stephen Reed, he need to resign because I don't know nobody that's going to sit right there and say a day before you didn't know the presence of a tape that makes you look bad dissing black residents and trying to get white acceptance, and then the next day you say they've been shopping this around for years. Yeah, you got to go. You got to go. Yeah, you this right here.
Insult to my existence.
That's how everybody in Birmingham feel right now. But anyway, y'all know. If y'all didn't go down that rabbit hole with me, and I would have just mentioned that, didn't show no proof, y'all would have been like,
Don't equal up to this real shit.
Fuck that nigga talking about. Fuck that nigga talking about.
All right, I done had fun. I think I did a good job this morning on an impromptu live. Give me a hand clap. I appreciate that. Now, I'm going to go rest up because I got to be on the plantation soon. So, all y'all take care. Hopefully, you're productive at the rest of your day. 9:30, y'all know how Beezilla get down. Wednesdays are his. I will see y'all on the upload Saturday. I put up the Black Wrestler Spotlight uncensored on the members only. So if you're not a member, it's very cheap. You go watch it in its entirety. Because, of course, YouTube will not let me play a lot of the stuff in there, so I had to trim it out. And again, programming note, Monday, there will be no YouTube live stream. It will be a Rumble exclusive because we're going to start talking about Israel and why there's so many issues going on over there. But once that's done, I will also put that on members only, because we know we cannot have that on broad YouTube, because they will get mad at me for what I'm going to say in there. Maybe I'll eventually put it up on the main page one day. But that's it. So y'all, again, have a very productive rest of your day. Take care, stay safe out there, and y'all know what to do when the agitators of peace try to mess up your day and your life.